according to the day's news. Jacksonville police are investigating new video evidence that Yungeen Ace paid for Foolio's attack. The rapper is probably going to be detained and questioned soon. This has been planned since Yungeen Ace and his mother publicly chastised Foolio a week ago. Following the arrest of Foolio's hitters, Jacksonville Sheriff TK Waters gave Yungeen Ace and his team a TK, a public service announcement. According to the Jacksonville News, apart from the Yungeen Ace takedown, there was evidence that Yungeen Ace had a confrontation with his mother and killed Foolio. The news source claims that Foolio's mother accused Yungeen Ace of being singled out 8 times. He then made a serious mistake. Just like the cops did to Yungeen Ace, he would dismantle his ATK group. But he put a stop to it so fast since it could have resulted in someone opposing him. In a tweet, he stated that ATK no longer exists. He would even try to resolve the gang problem by creating an Instagram video as he was running. Its timing couldn't have been worse than that of Yungeen Ace. Investigations into Foolio's death are already underway. Then he stops a TK. Because of this, he comes across as quite suspicious. Later, though, he made cynical and flattering comments regarding Foolio's death. Eventually, the authorities would present additional proof that Yungeen Ace had paid the 5 hitmen, Alicia, Isaiah, Sean, Rashad, and Yvonne. Authorities are now trying to get them to turn on Yungeen Ace because they knew he was the main kingpin. The police announced that they have been canceling all of Yungeen Ace's agreements, which will limit his future legal practice and income. They began canceling his appearances because of a video that went viral online. They forwarded it on. A Jacksonville rapper admits to targeting Foolio after Yungeen Ace promised him $10,000. The same gang member would disclose that Yungeen Ace wanted to get back together with Foolio for the Yungeen Ace, for the ambush that Foolio's team had executed on his birthday a few years before, when his brother was slain. In public interviews, DJ academics would assert that Yungeen Ace was being snitched on in order to acquire Foolio. He'll be held responsible for what happened. Like the newly uncovered evidence in the Foolio case, the police turned over all of their evidentiary files to the court in an attempt to resurrect the investigation. They gave more proof of Foolio's death, which no one even knows about, and I found it in a new folder. Allow me to add this as well. Giulio Foolio, born on June 21, 1998, was ambushed by rival streetmen in Tampa on Sunday morning. The headline reads, "A weekend meant to be a celebration of a birthday was turned into the worst thing possible via social media." Giulio and his team reserved a room at an Airbnb for the weekend. Foolio posted a video on Instagram showing his arrival at Airbnb. Only 2 hours were spent at the Airbnb party. Inside, Giulio would partake in the festivities. All the information the police were able to gather indicated that the individual had been drinking, giving Giulio a lot of women. To Foolio, good night. However, Foolio made the first of many missteps by posting numerous Instagram pictures that revealed his business practices. He also revealed that he wouldn't be completely honest if they caught him. For an hour, everything went according to plan, and then the police arrived at the Airbnb. Following that, the operations team got together and distributed a collective. iMessage message that included every story that Foolio was releasing. Foolio and his group eventually had to leave the Florida crib after alerting the landlord. Again, Foolio would share his next move on Instagram. This is how a local club's advertisement would look. In an attempt to break the social media record. For the most location drops to his operations in a single weekend. He would give the order to pull up with the club's exact address on the billboard. Once he arrived at the club, he would repost on Instagram. This time, he disclosed the exact position of his club seat and declared that he would be heading to the upper-level lounge. According to police papers, one of the hitmen responded to this in the iMessage group discussion by using the laughing emoji. It implied that they could run into each other in the parking lot. After researching the area where Foolio was, they came up with a plan. More specifically, Yungeen Ace believed that the 23rd day of the month was the most important day to take action. As his manager looked for a place to stay, Foolio and his group gathered in the parking lot after leaving the club. They saw a Holiday Inn nearby and began to drive down the street. They claimed that when they got to the Holiday Inn, there was no noise. But that was before the route was congested with 4 cars full of competing street people. 2 of the automobiles crashed directly into the parking lot, while the other 2 remained on the edge. Both of the outside the car were 4 people. Their main objective was to locate Julio Foolio and carry out the crime against him, so they would immediately go in. This was obviously an attempt to retaliate against Julio. The fact that it occurred on the 23rd day of the month was the reason behind this. One well-known song by Julio Foolio is When I See You. He made fun of Yungeen Ace for losing his brother, whom I had already brought up. As implied by the song's lyrics, Foolio Rap went out to lunch to celebrate his birthday. 4 hit, and 3 went the worst way. On 23, as Yungeen Ace's brother was known, we got into a fight because he kept making fun of me. He was struck by a car on his birthday while traveling home with Yungeen Ace and 2 other individuals. The only person still alive in the car was Yungeen Ace. But today, Yungeen Ace did the same thing to get even with Foolio. However, it is certain that he was Yungeen Ace because he released Do It, a blatant diss song about Julio Foolio earlier. Today, not long after his passing, Yungeen Ace would rap parts of the song like 4 in the car. 1 of them gone, 3 got hit. To emphasize the revenge, Foolio's songs were recreated against him. On Instagram, Yungeen Ace's right-hand guy even shared an old King Von tweet that said, "Game over, we won, stupid." Through back-and-forth Instagram and song disses, investigators were able to swiftly identify the perpetrator of the incident. Their statement was very clear. Music videos are the source of the issue. However, Foolio's exact cause of death is revealed on the last page of the police's most recent evidence report. 1 month prior to Foolio's passing, he discussed the beef in an interview in Jacksonville. According to him, in a song that was supposed to be written, both groups tried to stop the crime from being done against each other. The FBI claims that in order to get Foolio to lower his barriers, Yungeen Ace's group posed. As friends with him, Foolio surely succeeded in doing so by posting 40 Instagram stories on his birthday that described his surroundings. They easily captured him. But after that, it was revealed that Yungeen Ace's best buddy, ATK Mitch, had died. Officers noticed Julio Foolio driving a Dodge Durango with illegally tinted windows in April 2022. A prosecutor showed up out of the blue, just as they were ready to take Foolio away for an interview. Everything is a little weird now. The prosecutor illegally searched Foolio's vehicle and forced him to provide identification to the police. After being escorted into the police patrol car, Foolio's identity was confirmed, and he was questioned regarding ATK Mitch's passing. He knew he would be put in the police car and driven to the police station, where he would be arrested and interrogated about ATK Mitch. The police next investigated their relationship and the significance of Foolio to ATK Mitch. They would eventually want to know Foolio's location at the time of Mitch's murder. Although Foolio had nothing on him, the authorities knew that he was the one who killed ATK Mitch, so they would question him to get any information they could. But Foolio continues to claim ignorance to the police. ATK Mitch kept getting disconnected by Foolio. Then they would inquire about the connection between Foolio's music and the neighborhood's high crime rate. When the authorities eventually made this public, Charleston White would reply that Foolio's bad luck was due to his way of life. Or do you believe Foolio deserved his fate? Also, please leave a remark if you like either rapper.